Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be playing the Wildling. So you can see our passive trait here is plus 30% lifesteal with primitive weapons. You start with one stick and you can't equip weapons above tier 2. And actually, generally I would go with the slingshot, but there is also a possibility that you could use the sharp tooth. This is a new weapon which I haven't tested yet. I will not be using it this video, but yeah, I normally go with the slingshot, and the reason for that is the slingshot has bounce as part of its effect, which means that it's a lot easier to do damage in an area of effect, or just to have your damage affect multiple targets. And then yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and start. You guys can see for yourselves. So we do want to get rid of this stick as quickly as possible, which means once we get into the first shop, we are going to get rid of the stick by recycling it. We're only going for slingshots, so having a stick in our inventory will lower our chances to find slingshots. And what are we looking for here? As per usual, we just want damage, and since we're going for slingshots, we are going to be taking range damage if we find it. Baby gecko, glasses, and of course recycle your stick. Only leave the slingshot in your inventory. That is how you will end up finding more slingshots, like this. And then one more time. Okay, perfect. And yeah, as I said, the sharp tooth might be good. It has an interesting effect, right? And it also scales with lifesteal, which you have additional 30%. So I believe this might be a good weapon for the Wildling, though I have not tested it, so I'm not going to tell you guys to buy that. I do think the slingshot was always the best weapon to use for Wildling in the past, prior to the update, and the update didn't really change the slingshot at all, so I do believe it's still just as strong as it used to be. Okay, here we are. HP regen. So we don't really want these. We don't need any sort of... Yeah, we don't need any sort of healing, since we already have a ton of lifesteal from our passive traits. Attack percent can be good. I would like to find something a little more interesting. Okay, we're not really getting anything. I'll just go and go with damage percent in this case. And then roll a tiny bit, get a slingshot, and roll again for another slingshot. And that might look a little strange, but since the second shop has such a high chance to find your equipped weapon in the shop, I just wanted to roll and lock it, because it also ensures that we just have something to buy next shop, right? The reroll is also very cheap, even if we are only seeing technically 2 weapons. It's a very high chance to be a slingshot in that shop. The third shop also has a high chance, but just not quite as high as that second shop we were just in. And yeah, got a ton of money. In this case, we will actually be buying some armor, or not buying, taking some armor. Once again, we do not need any healing stats. Okay, we just want more damage. On this character, we have a ton of healing. Taking any healing is just a sort of massive waste. You can see we have 30 lifesteal, 30% lifesteal on all of our weapons, naturally. So if we were to take a ton of healing stats, we would end up with very little damage, because our passive trait is not helping us with damage at all. The Wildling is also very interesting, because you can't upgrade your weapons like you can on other characters, and to be honest, overall damage somewhat comes from getting a lot of weapon upgrades. It does depend on the character. Like the multitasker, you don't really need weapon upgrades. You can pretty much only get tier 2s. But in this case, we're being forced to only use tier 2s and lower. Also here, we'll definitely take some luck. It's quite early in the run. Scar, for the same reason we're going to take very early in the run. And Gentle Alien, plus 5% enemies. Also going to be quite nice this early. One more roll. Okay, we got another slingshot and an injection. We definitely want to take that. We already have so much max HP from the primitive weapon set that losing max HP for damage percent is definitely a good trade for us. But you can see our damage has barely increased. It hasn't really moved much. is the start of this run. So we definitely want to get more range damage and damage percent as soon as possible. It doesn't look like an issue now, but it will become an issue very quickly if we don't increase our damage. So I always say taking pretty much all damage stats early on is correct on most characters. However, in this case, we will take a bit more luck for rerolling here. We definitely don't want this dodge. We don't want these. We also don't want these. Though we could take armor. Armor is acceptable. It's not great because we really do need more damage, but for now we will take it. Okay, this is what we need. You know, small magazine is quite good. As you can see here, our weapon has 80% range damage scaling, which is not bad at all. And of course, attack speed is always nice, so we definitely want to take that. And I am saying, you know, we need more damage, but I think the propeller hat, very good value. 10 luck for only 2% damage lost is kind of huge. And these waves are all quite easy. The Wildling is definitely one of the harder characters to die on, just because you do have primitive weapons, right, which give you a ton of max HP, and you also have an insane amount of lifesteal. 30% lifesteal by any character's means is kind of sort of ridiculous. I think on any other character, aside from the Wildling, getting up to 30% lifesteal, not any character, there are some exceptions, of course, but most other characters will not reach 30% lifesteal ever, unless you are, let's say, purposefully trying to get it. In this case, we're going to take more luck, and of course, buy our small magazine that we locked. Nothing interesting here. Yeah, we took quite a bit of damage percent, right? XP gain, of course, these are just utility, range, XP gain, enemy speed reduction, luck, and then the rest is just damage percent and attack speed, right? The stats we need. Now we're on wave 7, we can see the eggs hatching. We are not going to let them hatch. Sometimes I do let them hatch so I can get the increased materials, but we don't really have to damage this run. We've not taken much damage from any of our upgrades, so our base damage is quite low. We're only doing 13 to 16 per hit. That's not enough to kill these slashers that are going to come out of the eggs. And for that reason, I'm going to run over here, try to break the egg. I didn't get it, it's completely fine. The wave is going to be over in a second, and we will be okay. Let's try to kill more enemies to make more money. Okay, not bad. Okay, more lifesteal. We really don't need this though. We also don't need these. Okay, range damage is exactly what we want. And crit chance is also okay. Yeah, it's quite greedy since we don't actually have any crit chance as of right now. Just more range damage or attack speed or damage percent would have been good there. And yeah, you can see here if I try to buy this, I cannot, right? Only tier 2 weapons or below. So we have to combine the slingshot and get this one. Then we get another bait for some damage percent. And reinforced steel could be pretty good here, since we are scaling completely off range damage. This is actually not bad at all. I think I'll go ahead and lock it and set up to buy it next time. We're definitely going to buy the beanie because we're about to lose another 3% speed and we're already at -3. To make sure that doesn't affect us too much. Be careful here if you do buy bait ever. You gotta make sure you don't tie to the lampreys. Try to get them all to charge at you at the same time if possible, and then move out of the way so you can dodge behind them. It's usually the best way. Unless you're really quick, in which case you might be able to move around them as they're, just run directly away from them, but I would not recommend it. Their charge cooldown is very short. They can catch you easily. Generally, the best way is to just dodge behind them and then move through their projectiles. You can see here we're kind of struggling. That's just lack of damage, right? We took a lot of luck in the early game, so we're not really killing these bruisers super effectively. That's completely fine though. Some more speed is okay. We definitely want more damage, but we are getting some here, right? So it's not too bad. Go ahead and buy the bait, and another slingshot or an injection. We're going to get both. The question is which one does more damage immediately. It's probably the slingshot. Though it might actually just be this, huh? Let's see. Okay, it's probably actually damage percent then, right? Yeah. Interesting. So the 7% damage has more impact than this upgrade. And you can see here we have 2 bounces and they actually deal full damage. So each bounce does 28 damage. Basically 28 damage times 3 is how you can look at the slingshot, though you don't get to decide who you're hitting since the bounce is a little bit random. And you can see here, I force all the lampreys to charge in the corner and then wait for the projectiles to move by. And then I can sort of run away more safely. Though on the Wildling, it's not a big deal. Other characters, it is a big deal. You can definitely die to the lampreys if you're not careful. Wildling, again, you have so much lifesteal. No character really comes close to this. Unless they are specifically trying to. But I don't think in any of the previous runs in this series, I have gotten to 30% lifesteal, even when I had a ton of lifesteal. So that just goes to show that is Wildling's main strength, right? It's you're almost like you're unkillable when it comes, or I should say unbeatable in the healing department. So you really don't need to take any healing stats. If you take a tiny bit of armor, you will be virtually, just completely safe, okay? So don't worry about taking things like this. This is not worth it. Your luck is more important. You don't need any healing on this character. Coupon though we will take for sure. And more range damage we will also take alongside some crit or luck. We'll actually take a bit luck because we still have only 55. I think we can still afford to take more. And blood donation. Okay, I think we've seen this quite a lot in all of our runs, and I've skipped it every time. In this case, you can take this. You heal so much, you will easily out-heal the damage from blood donation. So I'm going to go ahead and take it just to show you guys. Then we're going to continue re-rolling. The hedgehog is actually not bad, right? We don't need that HP regen at all. More lifesteal and more lifesteal healers here as well. We could take the butterfly, but once again, it's definitely overkill. I don't believe you need it. This, on the other hand, is incredible. Vigilante ring. I think most characters are happy to see this early in their run. If you think about it, the damage percent upgrade, right? They go from 5%, 8, 12, 16%. So if you get 16% out of this or above, it's like you got a tier 4 damage percent upgrade. And in this case, we're definitely getting that right. We still have 10 waves to go through, so we're going to actually end up getting 30% from our ring. And you can see the damage from the blood donation. And you can also see how we're immediately just healing it up every single time it ticks. The only reason you wouldn't be healing it up is because you're not hitting an enemy, so you're not lifestealing. Okay, you can also definitely take blood donation on other of the characters. If you do have the healing, you're in the position for it. It's just a little rare that you do end up taking it, because it may be you just don't care about harvesting. It may be that you don't have the healing for it. It may be, some other reason you don't have money. You're near the end of you're near the end of your run. You just don't need harvesting anymore. Whatever reason, right? Plenty of reasons to skip blood donation, so you don't need to feel obligated to take it. In this case though, it was so early on, right? Only wave 9, or shop 9, I should say. So making blood donation here is actually quite nice. It's definitely going to pay us back, slowly but surely. Some more armor could be okay, so I would like to see more damage stats, if possible. Okay, they really want me to take armor in this case. I think that is completely fine though. We're just going to take 3 armor and upgrade our final slingshot and buy this one here. Now we're completely kept on our slingshot weapons, not upgrading them any further. Okay, we are going to buy the lair. We get 2 loot crates, so that is definitely worth it, even though we can't benefit from the HP regen really. Completely fine. We don't need armor that much. This could be interesting, though it is wave 10. We could go down this route. Since we got blood donation, we can be flexible here and take this. We don't really have to go for crit chance, though it is not bad at all. So we have 2% critical scaling. or 2%, or sorry, 200% crit damage, right? So we hit, we'd end up in crit, we'd do 64. So this does take away from the chances to get more crit, but you can see our luck and harvesting are quite high at this point. It's definitely not bad by any means. And we just lost crit chance, and then we could immediately lose some damage percent for more crit chance, which I'm going to do actually. We have plenty of time to upgrade our crit chance still and get some more damage percent and attack speed. And here is the damage test versus the pursuers on wave 11. You can see we kind of got through it, not too bad. I do think we're struggling a little bit to kill them. So we're definitely not where we want to be with damage in terms of damage yet. We can absolutely get a lot more than we have, and it won't be excessive. Yeah, you can see we're struggling to clear out these guys, and that is partially because the slingshots are a bit RNG. We just have to run through and take some damage here. Completely fine. We do have the armor to not die even if we do get hit, and then we immediately heal back with our passive. We're just going to keep running like this around the edge of the map, since we can't clear the enemies out properly. We'll just kite them, 3 seconds. Okay, unfortunate, our damage is not high enough. Wings is not bad at all, in up to 14% speed. I would say around 20 is, I think, the soft cap in a sense. Anything more than that is unnecessary. We don't want to lose our luck. Attack speed, this will help, okay? Definitely want some more things like this. Attack speed helps a lot. Range damage and crit chance. We do not need dodge percent. The alloy is very worthwhile, very worth taking. Another blood donation. We can actually have 2 blood donations, and we'll end up taking 2 damage per second. But now we're at 103 harvesting, which is not bad. And the ugly tooth is also super worth getting. We have plenty of speed. This helps us slow enemies on hit, which will just mean we have an easier time keeping up and keeping enemies away from us, depending on the enemy we're hitting. Very nice against mini bosses to have enemy percent speed slows. It just means the mini boss can't really run away from you. It also means it's a lot easier for you to dodge. Same is true for your own percent speed, right? But we already have 11% speed. We could take another, I'd say once again, up to 20% speed. I think I feel really comfortable anywhere between 10 and 15%. 20% is still fine, of course. It's just, I think, unnecessary for most characters. So you never really need to take that much speed. I think one time I had up maybe 60% speed or something higher. It felt so ridiculous. It was almost like I was just flashing or zooming across the screen. Felt like I had very little control. Definitely was not something I super enjoyed. And also not something I recommend. Also, we do not want to trade our range damage for anything really. Nothing here. Okay, crit chance is quite nice. We are at 15% crit chance, it's not bad. These are not that great. Okay, more crit chance is super great though. Now we are sitting at, after buying this tentacle, 25% crit chance and another insanity, 31%. So as I said, I think it was 2 waves ago I had 0% or negative crit chance. Now I'm sitting at 31%. That is why I said we can definitely go for that. We don't need more lifesteal. Coupon though, we will take, most definitely. And a poisonous tonic we will also definitely take. Plus ritual, damage percent, though we don't need the lifesteal, damage percent is worth it. And you can see our blood donations ticking for 2 damage per tick. At the start of the wave you can't really heal up constantly since there's not enough enemies. But the second you get a little bit into the wave, you can non-stop attack, which will mean you're also healing consistently, never really losing health. We could even take another blood donation and be completely fine. It's hard to think about how much lifesteal heals you, but in this case, let's say we have 30% lifesteal, right? That means 3 out of 10 attacks will heal us. Our slingshots are bouncing 2 times each, so we have 6 slingshots times 3 attacks. Right, 6 slingshots times 3, 18 attacks. And let's say we attack once per second with each of them. We are doing 18 attacks per second, and 3 out of 10 of those will heal us, right? So that means we are healing... Okay, wait a sec. Okay, it means we're healing nearly 6 HP per second, right? Pretty close to that. Also, Baby with a Beard. I remember in one of my previous runs, I ended up skipping this because I think this is very strong and I didn't want it to feel like I was getting carried by this item. But I think I've proven to you guys you can easily win without things like this. However, if you see it, you should take it. And we're going to prove that here by showing the damage dealt from this right after this run. Okay. Uh, I really would like a tier 3 upgrade, like crit chance, tier 3, or range damage. Okay, that's perfect. So we were just looking for any sort of damage, percent, range damage, attack speed, crit chance. Even luck harvesting would have been okay. We just wanted a nice tier 3 upgrade there. And yeah, we're going to see our baby with a beard damage. We got it here in shop 13. We're going to see the damage next wave and every wave after. Then we did just go ahead and buy that ritual for the damage percent. We can't use any of this. We can't upgrade slingshots, don't forget. Go ahead and skip. Okay, we're only seeing weapons, which is not helpful for us. This, on the other hand, is not bad. 2 range damage and a little bit of harvesting. We'll reroll one more time. Okay, we got a scar, so we actually got paid off. The rolling paid off, because now we get a little bit more XP gain. And that's it. Going to keep going. And any wave that has a lot of small enemies is going to be very easy for you. You can see our HP is dropping quite low because of the blood donation. But that's okay. We're not going to die. You don't need to feel worried about it. Maybe you'll get a little stressed with this. Don't worry. You heal a ton. Like I said, assuming our slingshots are hitting once per second, we would still heal about 6 HP per second, assuming they're shooting non-stop. But you can actually see our attack speed is higher than 1 attack per second. Okay, 0.83 attack speed, or 0.83 attack cooldown, I should say. We are firing more than once per second. You can easily out-heal that blood donation damage. Not feel stressed about dying. Yeah, I think the Wildling is definitely one of the easier characters to play. You just kind of take a lot of damage stats, and you don't have to take any healing stats at all. You can only take a little bit of armor, maybe a tiny bit of HP. You do get HP from your weapons, of course. You don't really need that. But a tiny bit of armor will make you really safe on this character, since you do heal so much. Yeah, we definitely are not taking these upgrades, right? We don't need max HP. Attack speed is super nice, okay? You just want to take those main attack damage, or those damage stats, right? Crit, attack speed, range damage, damage percent. That's what you're looking for. Coupon we will buy. Attack speed. This is quite expensive for attack speed, but I'll go ahead and buy it actually. It does give us 10% attack speed, right? It's not bad at all. Not super efficient, of course, because we can't use the passive. Alloy we can use though. 5% crit chance and more range damage. That is amazing for us. And we have a bait here and a set of glasses. We're going to go ahead and buy the bait. We are going into a horde, which means we're going to be hitting a lot of small enemies. But you can see our damage is much higher than it was previously. 51 damage per hit. And we have double bounce, so we're dealing 51 times 3 per hit. That means a horde should not be too bad for us. Just make sure you focus down the lampreys first. But it really should not be an issue. You should feel really safe at this point. Your damage should be completely sorted out. You have your small amount of armor, right? Maybe a bit of, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, a bit of speed, right? There's some secondary survival stats. And yeah, you can see we're critting for 102, and also critting for 80 sometimes. The baby with a beard as well, if you notice, you see this projectile sort of flying out in random directions. That is the baby with a beard, and that is why it is really powerful. Because let's say one attack kills 3 enemies, and that also spawns 3 projectiles from baby with a beard, which makes it a lot easier to clear things like this. Another thing that can help you if you are struggling with multiple enemies is having piercing. I don't believe we've seen piercing this entire run, but we could have taken it. Also, we'll definitely trade health here for some damage. We don't want these, we want some damage. It's a damage percent, range damage, or attack speed. You might struggle here. There are definitely calculators to check which one is the best for your current damage. Like we could put in, oh, we have 51 damage on our slingshots, this much attack speed, this much this. You don't need to do that, in my opinion. We can see we have 65% attack speed. I think, personally, damage percent is the highest value here. Crit chance would actually be the nicest, but okay. And we bought the glasses, and we'll keep rolling. Whetstone could be fine, but we really don't need more lifesteal. So we're not going to take that here. And the crown. This is a little bit late, to be honest. 8% additional harvesting at the end of a wave. That means we will get approximately, how much? About 11 harvesting per wave. But we're really close to the end of the run, so I don't think we'll be able to get any value from this. We will, on the other hand, take some insanity for some crit chance. And the leather vest we will not take. We won't take any of this. A power generator is just a bit of damage percent for us. It's not bad. Okay, I think that's it. We could also take this, the Frozen Heart. This is pretty much just a damage percent upgrade if you have any elemental damage, and it also gives crit chance, right? Since we don't care about the burning, we also don't really care about elemental damage, but it will put us at 10, which means we get a little bit of damage scaling on our weapons. Plus, once again, we get that crit chance, which is quite nice. And you can see our slingshots, though we started out the early waves with really low damage because we were taking mostly luck and other secondary stats. Like I think we even took some speed and armor early in the waves. If you just take a lot of high quality damage upgrades early on, you should be fine as well. You don't really need to go for luck and harvesting. I just did it because we had the chance to, and I wanted to show that you can utilize blood donation, unlike other characters. Lots of other characters would just skip over that blood donation, right? To say, oh no, I don't really want to take damage. I don't have a ton of consistent healing or anything. Wildling is not scared of taking damage. I think I said earlier in this video, I might have already mentioned it, but I do think the Wildling is one of the easier characters to play. I think it's quite simple. You have, an abundant amount of healing in your kit. And I don't think at any point in the runs I play on this character do I ever feel in danger of losing. Okay, Cyclops Worm we will definitely take some more damage. These are not what we want. Range damage or damage percent. So I'm going to take the shiny orange one. However, I do actually think damage percent is better, but I like shiny. Shiny orange upgrade, okay? We're going to go ahead and skip this. Skip some speed. Okay, so you don't want to forget, I just took a, what was it called? Power generator, I think? Which means speed is also damage. So this is plus 9% speed and plus 9% damage percent. Okay, 94 or 95 to 104. Okay, you want to make sure you remember what items you have. So here, the power generator gives a bit of damage. We'll take this coupon and the frozen heart. You can see 73 damage. Take this, 75. So it gave us an additional 2%, or sorry, 2 base damage on all our weapons. So that means we just got, right, 12 more damage per hit, plus they all bounce 2 times, which means we're also getting another 12 plus 12. So plus 36 damage from buying this item per hit. And then we have a scope here, plus range damage, plus range. We could definitely take this. It's not bad by any means. Also think taking the pumpkin is interesting. Also, don't forget we have the blood donation. We will not be taking Weird Ghost and losing the run instantly. That is not a good combination. Okay, guys. Now we will buy the scope, and we're actually going to buy the pumpkin. Because if we get piercing, we can definitely take that. Bit of range damage in exchange for a tiny bit of range. It's completely fine. One more reroll. Okay, we didn't get anything. Oh, since we do have elemental damage, this could be interesting. It also comes with some crit chance. I'm not sure that's worth it, though. I'm not sure this is worth it. We can do it, though, but I think we probably shouldn't. Since 2 elemental damage, we only have 10% elemental damage scaling, but we have 80% range damage scaling. So I don't think getting that crit chance is worth losing the range damage. And you can see the pursuers, we are clearing them out much more easily than we did on wave 11. These guys are just dropping very quickly. Also, I didn't check the baby with a beard damage, but I think it's okay. We can just check it at the very last wave, or at the end of the run, in the stats page. And you guys will see how much damage it's done. Once again, baby with a beard. I think on any range character, or any character you're using a lot of ranged weapons with, baby with a beard can be very, very strong. It can be a solution to having a lack of wave clear. So if we were struggling to clear out big mobs, then that could easily fix that issue for us. I think piercing, again, piercing can also fix that issue. Though the Wildling doesn't really need any of those because you do have your bouncing slingshot damage. which really just wipes out all those tiny enemies for you. Insanity is super great. We're getting closer to 100% crit. We don't want these. And crit chance, that's exactly what we want. Another blood donation. So it is quite late in the run to be taking blood donation. But it will put us at 200 harvesting nearly. I don't think it's bad. We can definitely just take it. Insanity, more crit chance, and more damage percent. Okay, super nice. Recycling machine. So I've been recommending taking this item more recently, but it's a little late to be honest to be taking this, but I will go ahead and buy it. Generally, it does pay itself off very easily. I think if you get it anywhere before maybe wave 14 or so, this can easily pay itself off. We definitely don't need Shady Potion, but we also don't have a huge reason to skip it, so we go in and take that. And then continue rolling. Another coupon. We can get some value out of that before the end of the run. Hunting Trophy. We haven't really gotten the chance to utilize this too much. Hunting Trophy is incredible if you have any sort of decent amount of crit chance, and if you see this early on. But even here, wave 17, this will give us a lot of money. We're only going to use it for 3 waves, and you guys can see at the end how much we make from it. Another Cyclops Swarm, more damage percent. Their damage percent is perfectly fine now, 123%. Attack percent, or attack speed is 58, crit chance 71. So we'd like to cap our crit and then go for more attack speed if possible. We're against the boss here. We started hitting it at 58 seconds. Don't forget though, the strength of the Wildling is not single target damage. So, also we have triple blood donation, that's why we're a little low on health. Want to make sure we don't get hit. Yeah, our strength is not single target damage, so we're not clearing this boss out super quickly, but you will clear it out eventually. You will wipe it. And you can also see how nothing in the wave was really hitting us while we were hitting the boss. That's because our bouncing slingshot projectiles were just clearing everything out without us having to do much. We just focused on the boss, and everything all around the map ended up dying naturally. Okay, super simple from here. Just walk around, pick up your materials, right? Try not to leave anything behind if possible. And that's it. Easy wave, right? Super duper easy. Lucky coin. This is interesting. Plus 2 luck for every 1% crit chance you have. So we don't super need luck since it's basically the end of the run. But I don't think the 140 materials is better than 142 luck. We don't need the armor. We're completely safe. Might as well take it. We also don't need melee damage. We might as well take this. And max HP, sure, why not? More luck. You know what? I'm going to take it just so we can have 252 luck. It's quite ridiculous. Hedgehog is nice. A little bit of range damage. More range damage here from the lens. Tend to go for some crit chance. We don't want to lose crit chance here. Okay, a lure for some more loot. A little bit of range damage in exchange for some attack speed. We'll actually take this, okay? You can see our damage is at 95 per hit on our slingshots. A little ridiculous, right? For a weapon with only 13 base damage, we are dealing 95 per hit at this point. Reroll one more time here. Interestingly, I want to take the claw tree here because the crit chance is really high value. 55 materials for 33 crit chance, I would take instantly here. And more luck. Let's do it, why not? Let's just try to max out our luck. Well, we could get to 300 luck here by the end of the run. And I would not recommend taking too many blood donations. We took 3 here. I'd say that's already quite enough. I mean, you could easily take maybe even 5 without dying, I think. I've never tested the limits on that. It's also incredibly rare to get this many blood donations to begin with. We already got 3 in one single run. You can see our health is still sitting at max. Yeah, our health is capped out almost always. The only reason it's not sometimes is because there's no enemies to hit, so we're not lifestealing. We can walk around and pick up our materials. I also made this a video specifically for information like this. But you see how the materials, right? Sometimes they come into big clumps. That is because there can only be 60 materials on the ground at any given time. And then once you have more than that, they start stacking. So you don't get more materials on the ground, they just turn into big clumps of materials. Ricochet. This can also be a solution if you don't have enough damage to clear out small enemies. In this case, we do not need more damage to clear out small enemies. We are wiping them out very quickly. We might as well recycle this. And this here also. We could get tankier. There is no need. We are super tanky. You don't need these healing stats. Max HP could be okay, but I do not want to trade 8% crit chance for just a little bit of max HP. And then here we could take range damage. We could also reroll for crit chance. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got it finally. I think it took 5 rerolls, was it? 5 rerolls or something? Yeah, we don't need these. Tier 2 crit chance is nice, but maybe we can get tier 4 something instead, which is what we did. Okay, reroll here, look for more damage. More damage. Any damage right here. Elemental and range damage both help us scale. Some healing. Okay, we could definitely take this. Or sorry, not healing, max health. What I meant to say. Crit chance and dodge percent. We don't need dodge, but we do need crit chance. 91% crit. Oh, we can also take the scared sausage. Sorry, not sacred sausage. Since we do have quite a bit of elemental damage, this actually has nice scaling since our damage percent is so high. And here, and we can make the burn spread. Plus more crit chance, sure, why not? Oh, okay, I thought this was a blindfold for a second. But we need 3% more crit to finish capping out our chance to crit. This could be nice, more damage, in exchange for armor, but I don't think we need it. Another acid is completely fine. Okay, we didn't really get a chance at the end, unfortunate. We also could have taken baby elephant since we do have okay, with 324 luck, baby elephant, right? Also scales with luck, plus your damage percent increases it. So this would have been quite nice. In this case, we didn't get to buy it. It's completely fine. The baby elephant and the cyber ball both scale with luck, so we could have gotten either of those items. Also, be very careful when you have a small max HP pool like me. You can see one hit actually does quite a bit of damage, and we are taking a lot of damage since there's no enemies to lifesteal from. This is why I said you probably shouldn't take too many blood donations. It can actually be a hindrance in the final wave here, since you're not going to be healing that much for the first 20 seconds of the wave. If you do end up getting hit, it can get you killed. Having too many blood donations can end up getting killed. Yeah, that's the run. If you guys enjoyed, or if you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment below. And yeah, maybe leave a like and subscribe. Yeah, we're going to look at the stats page really quickly. Let's see, we have coupons. 3 coupons saved us. Oh, sorry, 5 coupons. Oh, we got 5. Wait, I didn't even notice. 5 coupons saved us 1,047 materials. The Vigilante Ring gave us 33 damage percent on its own. Very high value item here. Tentacle Heal 315. Right. Dangerous Bunnies. We have 2. Saved us 141 materials. And we're going to show the baby with a beard here in a second. At the very end. Recycling machine. You saw we got this very late in our run. It still paid us 233 materials. Ended up paying itself off very quickly. The scared sausage. 1,600 damage. Could have been much higher if we had more of it. Or if we got it earlier, of course. And then the hunting trophy. Like I said, lots of characters love this item. If you have enough crit chance, this will print money. 389 materials gained from just one hunting trophy. Okay, super great. And we also dealt a little damage with the spicy sauce. And finally, the baby with a beard. 114,698. Okay, like I said, this item is incredible on most characters. Pretty much any character that wants to just use ranged weapons or scale range damage loves the baby with a beard. The scaling on this thing is incredible. Yeah, 115,000 if we just round. 115,000 damage dealt. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Next time we will be playing the Pacifist. So hope you guys watch that and look forward to it. Okay, goodbye. Bye bye.